Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the Blockchain Backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. And I hope that you guys are having a great weekend. Obviously, there's a lot of price action, right? It's a Sunday morning. I've been trying to step away from doing videos on the weekend unless something kind of wild is going on, but we're getting a lot of price action. After kind of just flagging in here for a couple of days, but now finally starting to break down and get some momentum. I did post over here on my Twitter page just recently that most altcoins have pulled back 40% or more. While they likely will go lower, it's not a certainty. My goal has been to buy at a 40 to 50% discount. We're in that window for many. I expect more down, but I won't let this opportunity slip away and must grab and accumulate some here. I wouldn't be surprised by and view it as highly likely that a scary negative 20% fall will occur once again for most altcoins, which is going to be what we've been talking about, right? Taking Bitcoin down into that $38,000 range right down in here, which from its current pricing right now would mean that Bitcoin still falls another about 14%. The total market cap of all of crypto still falling 14%, and the total altcoin market cap still falling about 16%. And that's just if it's going to stop right there, right? If for the altcoin market cap, that's not actually going to come into way down in here, well, there you go. You got 25% or so. 26%. But as I've mentioned on this channel, by the time Bitcoin gets into here, this is where all of my accumulating happens. And then once we're there, I'm done. I think it's pretty possible that the total market cap of all of cryptocurrency is actually coming back down here to backtest $1 trillion way down in there. But for me, I'm done once we get in here. Because for me, I'm just preparing for alt season. So I'm going to show you this really fast. I've got 3 charts here and they just kind of look like lines. You can't really tell because I have them so spread apart here and it's on a log scale. But essentially, this is back in 2013 when we were approaching the end of the parabolic rise for Bitcoin, which I do believe we are getting there. This is kind of our last kind of move that we're having before Bitcoin goes off to do its final parabolic rise. And I think we're in something similar to what's going on right in here. And what we witnessed this morning was kind of like a breakdown. And we're kind of in this area right in here, still having a little ways down to go, but that's where I think we're at. And so down here, I've got Litecoin and I've got XRP. And we can kind of see a couple of things. I'm going to put us on the percentage standpoint so we could see what occurred during this time period. But if we're to assume we're in something like this, which is what I do believe we're in, we're going up to near the top of Bitcoin. We're having our first major profit take. We're having a major pullback. I think we're in an area like this for Bitcoin right down in here. We're having all of these altcoins pull back with them. And in all of these pullbacks right in here, like for Litecoin in here, when this moment in time occurred, we saw about a 40 to 43% pullback in Litecoin. And XRP, same thing, 43% pullback. Bitcoin, 50% pullback. So we're getting down in there when it comes to the altcoins. We look at Zcash, already down 42%. Look at Bitcoin Cash, already down 43%. EOS is down 41%. Ethereum Classic is down 45%. Dash is down 45%. And then XRP, depending on what top we want to use, right? If we use this one over here, what are we down? We're down 46%. If we use this one over here, we're down 37%. It is my opinion that we are still in a bull run without a question. As a matter of fact, it's the bull run is about to get really exciting for the altcoin market. But I also want to kind of mark this moment in time where this bottom came in for Bitcoin down in here, which also was the marking of the bottom for the altcoins. I've got Litecoin and I've got XRP here. I'll zoom us out and I'm going to move this percentage scale way over here to this moment. So we start right at the mark of this line right here. And you can see what performed the best after that moment in time, right? And we can see that they all kind of recovered at the same time back to Bitcoin's all-time high. And then there was this big disconnect with the altcoins in which they started rampaging. And it wasn't just XRP and Litecoin that did that at that time, it was the whole market. So for me, now that things are starting to kind of heat up over here on Bitcoin, it's time for me to start getting my accumulations going. I dabbled into the water this morning, but that moment in time will come where I make the full plunge in. From a structural basis, when I look at this on just the hourly time frame, I think we're starting to see the things that we're looking for. We're starting to see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm really going to be looking for down in here, is that we're having 5 waves come in and that this was already wave 1 and wave 2. We're now working on wave 3. I'm looking for it to pull back a little bit deeper. Wave 4 pull up and then wave 5. And then a signature move will happen is if we see this thing kind of pop up really quickly, it's going to be the shorts closing out of here and it'll pop right back up here to wave 4. So that's what I'm really looking for next. And then we just kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then that's the mark of your bottom. Wherever that lands, we'll find out together. I don't know if it's going to land way down here, way down here, way down here. We're going to find out together. But from a structural standpoint, it looks like we are starting to make our rapid descent down now that we have taken out this price level. This price level is broken. Just for fun, we can put it on the 12-hour time frame. I know a lot of people like trend lines and stuff. It's not really my thing, but if you wanted to look at this from like a channel perspective and see what happened here, you can see how in the 12-hour candles we were holding above the 50% line, broke below it, back tested it, and now we're hammering our way down here. So I still think we have a bit of a ways down here to go with Bitcoin, which is going to draw those altcoins down with it. But I keep coming back to this, right? I keep coming back to this moment in time. And I know a lot of people, it is humbling to see people say wizard, legend, craziness. All of the stuff that I'm doing right here, right now, this is not at the whim of the moment. This is not me looking at little indicators and saying, what should I do here based on these indicators? This is all pre-planned stuff that I've had planned out for a long, long time, months and months and months of pre-planning for these moments. So the rotations that I'm doing this morning, the buying of the altcoins I'm doing this morning, this is slow accumulation. It's just going to be like what you saw me do with Bitcoin, getting out of it between $45,000 and $58,000. It was slowly letting go of my Bitcoin. Now you're watching me slowly get it into the altcoins, because the absolute worst nightmare I could think of for myself would be if I'm waiting, and I see this all the time, right? Whenever I'm posting stuff and I'm saying, hey, I'm starting to accumulate, I get it all the time. I'm waiting for lower prices. I'm going to buy it here. I'm going to buy it there. And those prices never get offered. I see people who post that, it's silly that you're buying because it's going to go lower, and I'm not going to buy till it gets much lower. And then those prices never got offered. So what did those people have to do, right? I don't know what they did. They obviously had to buy higher than I did. And when did they make that decision that they had to buy higher? So for me, timing bottoms perfectly, it's just not something that I do. I'm always about doing it in small amounts when we start getting down into my areas. So my areas have been that I want to see a 40 to 50% correction in the altcoins. And when we get there, I'm going to start accumulating it. We're getting there a little bit earlier than I expected. I expected Bitcoin to already be deep down further than this before these prices would start getting offered, but they're being offered, so I'm taking them. What we're probably going to see here, so like if I'm looking at Bitcoin Cash and I'm looking at the structure of how we're playing out, it's probably going to get a little bit scary. Things are going to move pretty rapidly when you have a capitulative ending. So if you're new to crypto, or if you're new to markets and you're new to stocks and everything like that, when a reversal comes in, it's followed by high volume and it'll go in either direction. So like when a top comes in, we look at it like the chart like this, things were really exciting. Things were moving up really fast, and it's called a blow off top. When things start moving too fast in one direction, they'll reverse. Same thing over here, right? Too fast in one direction, they'll reverse. And that's what we usually see at bottoms as well, but we call that capitulation when it starts moving really rapidly to the downside. It's when fear, panic, negative news narratives, overwhelming fear come into play, but that has always proven to be the greatest opportunity. So I don't know if we're quite in there yet, but we're definitely, it's potentially, it could happen at any second that something rapid to the downside just does happen. And with Bitcoin now at nearly $43,000, we're not too far away from here right now. And this is an open gap. So when it moves through this open gap, it could move through it relatively quickly. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm rambling at this point now, but the point I'm getting at is a lot of these altcoins are down over 40%. That's the price levels I was looking at. Bitcoin's moving rapidly this morning. I have started dabbling into the waters of accumulating some of the altcoins that I've been following. They're larger cap coins. I don't like to talk about small caps on here. It just wouldn't be fair for me as a content creator with 100,000 subscribers to go buy a bunch of a small cap coin and then come on here and tell all of you to buy it. So the ones I'm going after are Zcash, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Dash, and XRP. And if we keep moving at the rate that which we're moving at, even assuming, like, let's say it does stop right here and it just kind of rotates. I mean, it looks like if it continued at its current descent rate by tomorrow or the next day, we should hopefully be there. I'll be fully accumulated into the cryptocurrency market again. So we're getting close. But all right, that was just a quick little update to show you guys what's going on. We're getting moving, and I'm getting accumulating. So fingers crossed, right? Follow me on Twitter to get those updates. So if you want to see that stuff real time, because I can only tweet and then record a video and then export it and upload it and all that stuff. There's a delay. But yeah, all right. I hope that you guys are having a great weekend. I hope that this is not catching you by surprise. All this stuff has been explained to you for weeks at this point. I was getting told that I sound like a broken record for a long time. I hope people who thought that can kind of get why now. Whenever I sound like a broken record, it's because I'm really meaning the things that I'm saying. So I hope that you're not shocked by what's happening here. I hope that you're okay. I hope that this chart right here talking about how Bitcoin, and let me take it off this really fast. I'll take it off these percentages, right? So this is the run up back in 2013. I don't even know if I explained that. This is the 2013 bull run, right? This is your first major sell off of profit taking that took place before the top of the bubble came in. So that's where I'm suspecting that we are at right now in the cryptocurrency market as we approach back up here. This whole area right here is where alt season really took off. But as for the rotating opportunity in this market, it happened right here. In 2013, the opportunity was to exit Bitcoin in here, get into the altcoins in here, and then off, and away, which is what these percentages show right here, right? So you can see that we go back over here and start it right there. You can see how high Bitcoin went from that point, only went up another 114% from that moment, right? Let's just get it just perfect, right? Right there. Went up 120%, whereas we see hundreds to almost 1,000 right there for XRP. So not saying those are the exact percentages we're going to be doing in this run right now. We'll monitor that as time goes on, but this was the big opportunity to exit Bitcoin and enter into the altcoins from my personal portfolio. So that's where we're at. All right, I'll wrap that up. I hope that you're having a great weekend. You can check out my website over here. It's bcbacker.com. I've got a lot of videos on here deep diving into those previous Bitcoin bull runs and those different altcoin seasons, altcoin market cycles, tying it all together. I run through a lot of the mathematics stuff. I talk a lot about charts and indicators if you want to know how to set that kind of stuff up. I talk about rebalancing, mathematics, forecasting, and I talk about my personal exit plans in here. So you could check this out over here on my website at bcbacker.com. Follow me over here on Twitter at bcbacker. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching once again for like the 10th time. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. But thanks for watching. If you could, please like this video and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you could be notified of when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need to pick me up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.